I'll try and get this right once. We're doing the tummy and legs, part 2 of Cuthbert the caterpillar. Now you'll notice this is a different green and a different hook to what the kit is. I can't work with that yarn anymore. I've already made the tummy and legs for the Cuthbert already. So I'm just going to use the stash I have, which is better quality, and I'm using my own hook. You'll need a stitch marker and you're working in the rounds. You're making an oval for this one. So the tail's just at this end here. You go round and round, and on the last round you'll make the legs, 8 legs. Now my Cuthbert has got one body segment less than yours, probably because I didn't read the pattern right. That's my own fault. But anyway, I'm going to do what it says in the pattern. So you want chain 30. That's round 1. Round 2 says increase. If you're new to crochet, where do you think you put the increase? Where are you going to put it? So some words could have been added in and some didn't need to be added in. But we'll do it anyway. What happens is, to work back down this chain, you want to miss the first chain on your hook. So your increase goes in the second chain from the hook. And an increase, if you've already done Cuthbert, is 2 stitches in 1. So there you go. What you will do is pop your stitch marker or a safety pin or a different colour piece of yarn in that first stitch. And then it says DC 27. I'll do that off camera. You don't want to watch me doing this, it's boring. And then it says DC 3 in the same stitch. Anyway, do 27 and you should have 1 chain left. There you go. You have 1 chain left. And it says DC 3 in the same stitch. What does that mean? 3 double crochet in your last chain. I took the tail in and then trap it. You can sew it in at the end. And that's where you increase. And what you're going to do now, which it doesn't tell you, is you're going to work on the underside of what you've already done. Because it says turn, which normally in crochet terms means, say I'd finished here, you turn your work and work back again. Why they've put that word in? It says turn and double crochet 28 on the other side of the chain, which most of that is okay, but the first bits, what ideally it should have said is double crochet 27, and that's to match what you've already done on the top side if you like. And where your first chain is here, your first stitch, you pop another double crochet in that chain, and that's your increase on this side to match this side. So you do, to make it straight, and then at the end you increase on each end, and that's how you keep it flat. So do as the pattern says, DC 28, but you do 27, and then where that stitch marker is, the first 2 stitches, pop the last one in there in the same chain, and I'll meet you back there. There you go. Now round 3 is easy. I've already done the first 2. It says increase 2. Take your stitch marker out, do your first increase, and then pop your stitch marker back in the first stitch of round 3, and then increase again, and then just do what it says, double crochet all the way down, and the 3 stitches in 1 here on this end, do your 3 increases, and then your double crochet back down here. and it says, you just do your counting, right? Because it says increase at the end of this round. And because when you've done your double crochet, you should just have 1 stitch left and you put your increase in. So I'll meet you back there. Round 4, you want 72 stitches after you've done this next round. Take your stitch marker out, do your increasing, don't forget to pop it back in, and then you work down the straight. On this corner you do the increase. This is in brackets, it's in like squarish brackets in the pattern, and then you work down the side again, and the last 2 stitches is your last increase to match, so both ends match in the amount of stitches, and you should have 72 stitches at the end of that round. And I'll meet you back at the beginning, and this is where the legs start to take shape. Now this is round 5, how it reads up to a certain point. They've added too much information, they've repeated some things, but I'll go into that later. But this is what the pattern says. This is the start. Now normally when you have an oval, usually what happens is each end has the same equal amount of increase stitches, which this pattern does, but it's offset. This is the start, so I've done what it says in the brackets at the beginning, as you can read it, DC2 comma increase times 2, which that's what that does to there. Then I've done the chain 7, done the leg. It doesn't even give you instructions how to do the leg. Slip stitch, so many DC, leg, DC, leg, etc. And then your increase, which you can see is offset. It's not, this is the one I prepared earlier. So this is the beginning, because I've still got the tail out. So I did the beginning as it says, then I did a leg, and I did it over and over and over again. So if you want to do what the pattern says, go ahead and do it. But I wanted the legs, they are kind of together, aren't they? They are in the same, forget that they're slanting, but they are almost in the same place. But I wanted, when I did it before off camera, it just didn't feel right. Also, just popping back there, what happens is I've done what it says in the pattern up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines down, and then they're asking me to do the last bit of increase times 3. Then they're asking me to do 4 double crochet, repeat from star 3 times. So they're asking me to do 2 lots of this, then do another leg, then a slip stitch, then the final increase, which would be here. That's what the pattern says. But as you can see, I know that last few lines are add-ons. Somebody's made a mistake in printing. But even if I've put the legs how I like it and it's okay, there is still not enough stitches here. There's only 1 left before that's the start. There's 1 stitch left, but I need 3 stitches. Leave in the comments what you think. If you've got the pattern, and if you're a seasoned crocheter, let me know. If you're a beginner, have you thrown this to one side because it doesn't add up? So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to leave that there, take a photograph, I'll insert it, and then I'm going to take it all the way back, and I'm going to show you how I did it on Cuthbert that I haven't sewn on yet. I'm going to show you how I did it. So it's similar to what the pattern says here, off on my right. So you'll have 4 legs, evenly spaced, and the ends, you'll be able to get the increases evenly. So we just need to shuffle it about a bit. I'll catch you back in a minute. So while I pull this out, go ahead and start at the beginning of round 5. Stop just before the chain 7. I've done what it says in the brackets, times 2. Then add 1 extra double crochet. Now do your leg. Now in the pattern, which I think this is a little bit unfair, especially if you've been given this as a gift and you've never done crochet before, you can look at the diagram, work out what a half treble crochet is. You can work out what a double crochet is, an increase. You can read what it says, and you may be able to go on YouTube and see how you do a few things. But it says half treble in each chain from hook. That's all it says. Now, as a seasoned crocheter, I know what I'm doing. I know what needs to be to get the little legs that we've got here. But if you're new, you're not going to know. So what you want to do is chain 7, as it says, and make a half treble in the 3rd chain from the hook. So that's yarn over, and you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over again, pull through 3. Yarn over, go into the chain, next chain, pull up your yarn, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through. Now that means you will get 5 half trebles to make a leg. Excuse the noise. Hubby's doing a bit of home maintenance. Then it says slip stitch to next double crochet. Just go under the stitch underneath your leg and slip stitch. It says DC 8, DC 7. And then make another leg. And do the same. Miss 2 chain, half treble in the 3rd. Oops, a daisy, missed it. Chain. And then make 4 more half trebles. Doesn't say that on the pattern, but I thought I'd help you out. Should have said at the beginning, if you haven't done it, just go back, put your stitch marker in the 1st stitch. So that's 2 double crochet, 1, 2, and you increase. So just go back, find your increase, double crochet, increase, double crochet, and then you'll get to your 1st stitch. Now slip stitch your leg down, 7 double crochet, do your leg, slip stitch, 7 double crochet, do your leg, and I'll meet you when you've done your 4th leg. I've done the 4 legs. You've got 2 stitches before your increase stitches. Slip stitch under the leg. It's the next double crochet, and there's 1 left. Double crochet into that one, and now you're on the increase. That's what these 2 stitch markers are. Put them in. I put these 2 stitch markers in to show me where the increase starts and finishes. And just do what it says in the brackets. Double crochet, increase 3 times. And then you making your way back down, and you will copy what you've done on this side. That dock, as I say, that's where you need the last 3 stitches to make it even on both ends with your increase. 1 double crochet, slip stitch in the next stitch underneath your leg, and then 7 double crochet. And then do as you've done before, all the way along, and I'll meet you when you've done your last leg. There you go. You have 2 stitches left. Slip stitch under your leg in the next one, and double crochet in the next. I will take my clip out. You should have 3 stitches left, and this is for your last increase. 1, 2, and then your increase. Now on your pattern it just says fasten off. What you want to do is go into your first stitch and slip stitch, pull it through, and give yourself enough tail to go all the way around and some more. So what I do is I measure it roughly like this, just roughly, that is. Take that off, double it, and some more. And that's how I generally judge going in and out, because what I'm doing is going in and out all the way around here like that, and then doing a few stitches just so it goes, can you see? So it kind of goes where the line is in between the sections of the body, like that. Can you see? You don't have to do that. It doesn't tell you that. It doesn't say anything. It just says, let me just get the pattern for you. Finishing. There you go. That's all it says for finishing. Use dark green yarn to sew around each segment of the body to add definition. Well, I haven't done that to mine, and I think it looks okay. That's the original one. I think that's a good definition, don't you? And I'm not tight, and and that's the other one. I think that's a good definition. If you don't overstuff, I suppose you could see more. If you overstuff it, you're not going to see the line as much. And that's what I'll do with this one. I usually start at this end where the tail is, and then what I'm saying is I put it at the bottom, the back end, and go around, or whichever way around you go, and finish off here. And that's what I do, or I did. I will do with this one. So just go around loosely, don't do it tightly, like that. I don't need to do that with this because this is just going to get ravelled back on the ball. Get to the beginning, double it, and then some more. You've got enough then. The other one is sewn in, and that's it. Let me know in the comments if you're okay with this, if you found this alright. You see they're almost, it is similar. Let me just, what I'll do is, I'll take a photo and insert it, and then you can see the 2 differences. But yeah, I think that's alright. Now you've done the tummy and legs, it's time to sew on. The pattern, I'm going to show you the last paragraph. Can you see? Here. There's a few squiggles that I've put on. So I did all this, apart from the different numbers, but this bit here, from 4 double crochet, repeat from star 3 times, chain 7, etc, etc. You don't need that. You need this one, the last brackets you want, but you need to put it where I've put that line there. So this last bracket, DC2 increase, needs to go in place of that. Or you could use that one and cross off that 3 there. So if you cross from ×3 and get rid of all this, ignore it, that's the pattern, not all that. It was the same with the body. They did print errors or not did the paragraphs right. So yeah, so just, that's a better way. Take the ×3 off and all this, ignore all that, and that's the finish. That's round 5. And that's what you get. Obviously not doing 8, you do 7.